big man department. So here we go. It's the baby blues for the day. Allen tries to get it out. Stuck in the middle. Koutafiti's got a hand to it, then lost it in the bottom of that pack.
Well, it's a big call. They've got young Tom Gilligan doing the first bounce, and you will certainly remember that.
Crows are the first to go into attack. Down towards half forward. Waiting down was Nigel Smart. It's a high kick and it's wide, going into the forward line. Taken by Dean Rice.
What these colours do, Sandy, is make them look very much broader. In fact, they look a little bit fat, the Carlton players.
Yes, they do. And their numbers are a credit to them. Koutafiti's is smothered. It's a shame they weren't in a white colour. Oh, a clash of bodies almost there. And a good smother. That was Simon Tregenza, who's coming back, wearing number 12 with the long hair and the goatee beard. A new look, Simon Tregenza. But we wish him well on the comeback trail. Gilligan did okay. Bradley does the scouting for Carlton. Gets out the hard pass now to McKay, celebrating his birthday tomorrow. He gives it away towards Sexton, who floats it high up towards centre wing, pushed towards the boundary line, and over goes Peter Dean and Jason McCartney. It's going to be interesting to see how McCartney goes today too.
Well, that was good play by Dean. He was in front there, realised he couldn't take the mark, but his experience said that I'll push it towards the boundary line and we'll restart the game.
So fine and sunny conditions, quite warm. Carlton now, McKay to Bradley, across the body towards centre half forward, a high ball, pushing back Vardy, very strong. Certainly added pace to the Crows lineup the last few weeks. Looking to get the ball moving from half back towards centre half forward. A heap of Carlton players in amongst the ball. Bradley once again leading the race. Tregenza with pace, runs him down. Good little give on out to Ratton on the left foot, into the pocket to Murphy. Centre half forward, over the top of the set contest, and there's Koutafiti's.
Well, their numbers just ran down there, Carlton. They had a number of options, Murphy. And they just swarmed into that forward line. He moved the ball in quickly, which caught the backs out. Just too big and strong, Koutafiti's, isn't he?
Kane Johnson, the direct opponent there. One-on-one, Koutafiti's had his measure. So been under pressure for the last 2 weeks with taggers. Directly in front, goes for the first goal. Carlton have scored. Anthony Koutafiti's his first goal.
Well, after the pre-season competition, one wouldn't have thought that Carlton would have started without a win. They were on the line for their first win. This is the third game of the season, but they were very, very impressive pre-season in the night series. A lot of good youngsters. But they met Matt Essendon in the first game, North Melbourne last week, and well, it was pretty stiff opposition to say the least.
Koutafiti's opens proceedings for Carlton. His first. They'll be looking for a big game from Kouta. Allen again up against Gilligan. Bickley soccers off the ground. It's high towards Nigel Smart, taken away from him. Here's an opportunity for a long bomb. Is that McLeod who's given the quick answer? Oh, what a goal.
Well, it was a good goal. Not much reaction from the crowd. His first game against Brisbane was terrific, McLeod, but he put in a shocker. And lucky not to be dropped after last week's performance. They got it well out of the centre, getting away from Rice McLeod, because it was Allen who got the hit out. And they did well there, Adelaide, and well done, McLeod. There he is, playing half forward.
Dean Rice having the job on McLeod. We go back to the centre once again. Scores level. Allen beaten once more.
Scored by Gilligan.
Gilligan tapped to half forward. Koutafiti's gets a hurried kick under pressure, comes wide towards the boundary line. It'll go over. Pressure by Tregenza on Adam White. Sees another throw-in.
It's an important game for Koutafiti's, Don. He's been under pressure the last 2 weeks from taggers.
Well, I think we've got high expectations from him, Terry. I feel for the boy.
Okay, so from the boundary throw-in, the free kick had been awarded to the first gamer, Tom Gilligan. Mintone Grammar, Southern Stingrays, making his debut for the Adelaide Crows. Plays on immediately. Scrubs the kick into half forward. Ben Hart in the front position, controls it. Vardy overruns it. And there's a half a packet of M&Ms in there.
Originally played with the Frankston Bombers, and one other player came from Frankston Bombers that made a big mark in league football. Trivia. Who was it? Dermot Burton, number 23 at Hawthorn.
So inside 50 for the Crows. Smart playing at centre half forward. Can't get clear. Pressure on. Push on out towards Bickley. Screws it across towards the top of the square. Contest a great mark. Mickey McGuan pushing back. Very courageous, Mick. That'll endear you to the fans of the Carlton side. Handballs forward to Ratton. Back to McGuan to the wing position. Ball bounces in the clear open spaces. Hart's the first one back to gather it. Handballs back inside to Connell.
Matt Connell looks in towards Peter Vardy at half forward. Didn't have front spot, however, and was beaten. Carlton should get out of trouble here. Started off with Hickmott. He gets the hand pass away towards Mackay. Goes down towards the forward line. Whitnell is there. Under plenty of pressure. Beaumont caught. Slung with a 360. Players allowed to go on. And the result is a throw-in. Or in fact, it's out of bounds on the full. Matty Connell's going to bring it back into play. So, Clappe sees downfield.
Showed a lot of maturity then, Whitnell, and also confidence in urging his teammate to go goalward. It's a third gamer.
Connell looks to the outer side, kicking in front of the new Legend stand here at Optus Oval. Now a magnificent sporting complex. Bickley at the bottom. Trying to get it out initially was James, taken away by Camporelli. A high kick, but it's wide again. It's out of bounds on the full once more.
This is a great effort by McGuan. Very hard to take those. Really didn't get it away properly. Gave the handball across, and Carlton didn't get it cleanly as Jamison breaks.
From half-back in towards Hart in the centre. Shepherding sees him clear. He could have gone longer, but he finds Nigel Smart out on a long lead. He's 60 out. He wants Tony Modra. The lead is on. The pass is out in front. He's ridden into the ground. Play on, says the umpire. And so Andrew Mackay does. He goes long and wide. Sensing there wasn't a lot there, he pushes it towards Murphy. Murphy's crunched.
Oh, yeah. The elbow must have been raised because I saw nothing else in it. It was just a bump front on, unless the elbow was raised, hence the free kick. And here it is on replay. Murphy really open here. Well, personally, I didn't see anything at all in that initially, and it was confirmed by the replay. But umpires, little whistle happy.
Murphy appears to be okay.
In the old days, had he have opened himself up like that, he would have been on a stretcher now.
Goes short, finds McGuan. McGuan, another one across to Camporelli. In towards half forward. Bradley dropped perhaps what he should have taken, then has given away the free kick. Matt Connell to take it at half-back.
Connell picking up possessions across half-back towards the wing position. Bickley couldn't complete the mark. Gilligan, the new player in there against Allen. Allen wins on this occasion with his handballs. Intercepted by Rashudo. On towards Modra in the front position. Pressure from behind. The umpire allows it to go on. Smart agility at centre half forward. Curls the ball back around. It's a one out. Manton doing the defensive work for the Carlton side. Ground level now. Koutafidis under pressure. Great chase from behind by the Crows. They're holding it in here. Bickley with the opportunity. It'll bounce into space. Johnson's a chance. No, it's Stanfield across the body. Can't complete the mark is Edwards. Carlton in with numbers. Mackay to Bradley, and away they go towards the wing position. Clappe back out to Bradley. The Blues under pressure in defence, now settling and building up a forward move into the vacant half-forward position. Crows in front through Jamison. Pressure from Whitnell, just enough to skew the kick back towards Mackay, and the Blues come again.
Been a good start by Andrew Mackay, although he's put Bradley under pressure here. McCartney's got him. Whitnell close to the line. Jamison in late.
Really, there was no need for it. That handball out there. Really no need at all.
Well, throw in on the outer side. Carlton getting the first goal. Adelaide answering. Carlton starting a relatively warm favourite, as you can see by the $1 investment. McCartney out the back. Had a couple of options. Whitnell, little chip. Which way will it bounce? Trying to chop his way through was Edwards. Not successful initially. It's locked up at half-forward for Carlton. Visca picks himself up, so too does Bickley.
Both half-back lines seemingly on top at this stage.
Yeah, the ball just going between the two, Terry.
Bounce is not a good one. The Connell kick is partly smothered. Goes forward towards full forward by White. Picked up by Bradley with a snap. Down to behind.
Beauty of playing yourself in front, and Whitnell did on that occasion, which caused his opponent, Jamison, bring the ball down in front.
So Carlton leading at 1-1-7. Crows the one goal. The kick out doesn't clear the area that they wanted. Pressure on Rasuto there. And the umpire Darren Goldsmith, the most experienced of the three umpires out there this afternoon, decides on the bounce.
Tackle a good one. Should have been penalised.
So the ball bounced some 60 metres out from the goal. Push back, Tregenza on the right foot, tosses it towards the wing position. Front position, Hickmont, a late inclusion in the side for Savani, who didn't take his place. Camporelli back to McKay, towards centre half forward. Murphy from behind, misses the jump, it's a loose ball. Players getting back, the umpires ruled on the interference from Murphy.
Really?
The umpire calling the interference as Murphy went for the big jump. Crows from deep in the back pocket.
Jason McCartney going out towards centre wing. An area at the moment where McKay has picked up plenty of possessions. Brett James feeling the heat in that exchange. Rasuto tried to go through but couldn't take the football cleanly. McKay in the thick of things once again, tries to get it out towards McGuan. Now Hickmont on all fours.
They do the little things so well, the Carlton players, by body in front. Hickmont on that occasion, McKay earlier. But this Adelaide side doing very, very well.
Allen wearing 24 for Carlton. Contests again at front spot. Hart applies the tackle. The Blues have the numbers. Camporelli towards Murphy. Got a hand to it, that was all. Now Whitnell's got to beat a couple. It's a big ask and he's not going to do it. Tregenza's got a panic in front of him here. Away he goes with one bounce on centre wing. Welcome back, Simon Tregenza. He looks down to the forward line. The pass is on. The spoil was good. Modra, first to recover, flicks it round his body. The spinning ball eludes Nigel Smart initially. Now he gets it, runs into his teammate, gets caught again, and he's going to be pinged. No, says the umpire. Carlton fans don't like it. But the man in white takes charge. Jeff Caulfield is the umpire. Can the Crows capitalise? Well, they've got it down in that scoring zone. Throw it in the right forward pocket. Just on 10 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Allen, again, jostling for front spot. Tries to flick it out, but instead just flicks it into a pack. Peter Vardy, Andrew McKay, both there. So too Barry Stanfield. McKay 3 kicks, 6 hand passes. Big start by him. Stanfield, who with Gilligan will be doing big man work for the Crows today. Camporelli hand pass puts Beaumont under the pump. Visca receives. Now a chance to build something here. Williams. Good smother. Smart had it spent a little too early. Now forced to lock it up on half forward.
This is not an easy game. Delicately poised at the moment. Could go either way.
Crows doing all the work to get the ball to half forward. Just now have to penetrate that last line of defence of the Blues. Manton doing a very good job on Modra, spoiling at every opportunity. So just inside 50, but the defensive 50 for the Blues, and they drive the ball to their forward 50. Whitnell on the run, misses the ball on the bounce. Dean playing at centre half forward, onto Whitnell with the left foot, just quickly in, hoping for a favourable bounce for Murphy. Tyson Edwards in front, he'll be happy to see the ball go over the line, and it does. Murphy claims out in the full. The umpire agrees with him.
Murphy actually infringed when on Edwards, held him going to that ball. The umpire didn't see it. but he's got the free.
No, it's going back the other way now. So the boundary umpire has made an out of bounds on the full call against Justin Murphy when Murphy was trying to claim it his way. Deep in the back pocket. Edwards to the outer side. Koutafidis. Every game last year, every game the year before. Fine athlete to McGuan, who has been limited in appearances. Murphy right in the thick of it at half forward. Jamison, left-hand handball out into space. Brett James back. Forward again by Edwards to the running Risciuto. Got Modra on the lead, decides to go long to Stanfield. From behind Stanfield. Judges 1 to got it. Play on, calls the umpire. Well, nearly close enough for mine, Don, but umpire Jeff Caulfield shaking his head.
Well, I was impressed with young Hamill then. He was the one who laid the tackle. Now watch Stanfield to take the mark. Hamill in front. And quick reaction by Hamill to put him to ground.
Good choice, though, from Risciuto. Had Modra on the lead, decided to go long to Stanfield. So now there's a ball up right on the square. Stanfield takes it, and he's goal. Barry Stanfield doing the ruck work on the tip of the 10-metre square, takes it and kicks Adelaide's second goal.
Well, it was a case of strength there with Stanfield. Matty Allen should have gone down there and actually contested this. It's better to get numbers back in the forward line. But it was Hamill, inexperienced and not quite as big as you can see there on screen as Stanfield. Was just out-muscled. And Stanfield did his own ruck work.
Good start by Adelaide. They lead by 5 points. From the centre bounce, or bursting his way through was Beaumont. Wobbles it down towards the half-forward line. Peter Dean gives chase. Jason McCartney gives chase on him. Dean has front spot. Oh, cleverly tapped it back inside. Now an opportunity for Clappe. Couldn't take it cleanly. Bickley works hard. McCartney tries to go through the pack. There's been a whistle. It'll come back, according to umpire Stuart Wen. To his captain, I think, will be free kick. Held when he didn't have it. So Bickley from half-back. A determined Bickley. Kicks towards centre wing. Beautifully picked up by Camporelli. Goes towards right half forward. Now Craig Bradley's there. Kicks long in towards Whitnell.
That's excellent, isn't it, for a youngster? That is just excellent play. He is a big fellow too, Whitnell. He's got a big body for a 17-year-old. Great lead. Youngsters can actually really jump high. They lose their spring as they get older.
Lance Whitnell kicking for his first and Carlton second. He makes no mistake.
It's a good effort. Good effort. I think where Carlton are going to miss out today is across half forward. Not being a derogatory comment as far as Peter Dean is concerned. He's an excellent backman, but whether he's good enough to play at centre half forward, you've really got to be a smart player to play up forward, a naturally gifted player. It's a difficult position to play up forward. And Dean will do the work. He'll be a real worker, but they just need something else.
2 goals apiece, and Lance Whitnell getting his first for the afternoon. Back at the centre bounce. Carlton with numbers just move the ball forward. Koutafidis on the right, back towards that last goal scoring Whitnell. Jamison's right there with him, and the boundary umpire probably asked to adjudicate on this one. And now he'll throw it in. Lance Whitnell, 14 marks in the first 2 games of the season. So there's no slouch in the air. Now he'll be doing the ruck work. Peter Dean there. Both those players with young Tom Gilligan. So 2 young players out of the under-18 competition of recent years. To Camporelli on the right foot, kicks it across. Mark unable to be completed that time by Whitnell. Pressure there from Borkwell, the player on the ground, number 28 for Carlton, and Overline on the full. Bradley hard up against the boundary line. Been in everything. It's his 6th kick to McGuan. Short again. Allen. Crows just looking a little bit flustered just at the moment in defence.
They're getting closer, but the angle's getting tighter.
Exactly right. Has options, but to find one, and that's about all he could do.
So Allen runs around on the left and nonchalantly thumps it through. In the end, it works. The left footer stepping out around the man on the mark and picking up Carlton's third goal.
Well, the boy from Lilydale, educated up at Mount Lilydale College, goes onto the left foot, has got time now as the number one ruckman because Madney's not there and now starting to blossom. He's natural left footer, so it's not shouldn't have been a problem and it wasn't for him.
Carlton sneaked to a 7-point break on this warm Melbourne afternoon. Some 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Johnson kicks towards right half forward. An opportunity now for his teammate in McLeod, who kicked an early goal. He goes long to full forward. Pressure on this Carlton defence once again. They should be able to tidy up. Bradley has been busy. He comes to the half-back line and finds Beaumont.
They do it so well out of the back line, Carlton.
Short towards Rice.
Beautiful.
Rice goes on with the job to Hickmont. He's caught once, eludes it, then gets it in towards half forward. Murphy! Whitnell saying, go, go! He does with a long bomb, but he starts it right and it stays right, one behind.
It's really causing problems across half forward. Justin Murphy in the air or at ground level.
8 points now the margin. Rod Jamieson. Kick back in. Does to himself and then comes along. Towards centre wing, towards Gilligan. Mackay with a double-fisted spoil is effective. Tregenza taken high and is going to be free kick. I don't know, he's trying to look like Don Barry Gibb or someone.
Actually, I thought I saw Wayne Wiedemann out there, but it was Kane Johnson, so there's a few lookalikes running around.
Hickmont takes the hand pass, gives it off towards Dean, who goes back to McGuan. Down towards right half forward. Murphy and Hart. The bounce is kind to the South Australian. Hart dodges and weaves. He gets out of trouble to Matt Connell, who's on half-back, and he steadies down the Crows' ship.
Looking downfield, searching for an option, decides to go long. Smart's the target, Sexton's there with him, and over the line it goes.
Young Tom Gilligan, talking about lookalikes, does look like Tony Modra too, with the haircut, a younger version of Tony Modra. There he is there, the floppy hair. But he's having a good debut. Let's hope he can keep it up.
So once again, he pits himself against Matthew Allen. Bickley, who has the job on Bradley. On out to Williams on the left foot.
Oh, look
Here's
at the
an
speed.
option.
He is going to be a problem, and he is a problem for Dean Rice.
McLeod very quick off the blocks then.
Too quick. I think I'd have to make a change. He's led Rice to the ball on a number of occasions. Look at the speed here. It was Gilligan who got it across initially. Look at the speed. Excellent.
McLeod already has one. Kicked 3 in the opening round of the season. Settles down for his second here. His teammates applauded across the line and the umpire will agree. Second goal to Andrew McLeod. And really the pace when it gets down there is going to be an advantage the Crows have.
Well, here is young Williams getting involved. Gilligan follows up well from his own ruck work. This is Williams, a boy from Melbourne, a little reluctant to go to Adelaide last year. Good passage of play by Adelaide. And he's proving to be a bit of a handful. Andrew McLeod.
Again, a 2-point margin. Allen couldn't take it cleanly out of the air. Melted back towards Borkwell. McGuan now gives chase on Smart. Nigel Smart goes onto the left foot. A floating kick toward Batty Stanfield at half forward. Beaten by numbers. And over for a throw-in as cloud cover takes away the sun for the moment above Optus. Still a warm day. It's Aaron Hamill on the Crows at 50. An important time for both sides. Matty Connell almost threw it out the back door. Koutafidis was off, but the whistle sounds. Jeff Caulfield comes in once again for another bounce. Connell, club champion a couple of years ago. Had his problems, now once again fully fit and looking for a big 1997. Brett Ratton at the bottom of the pack. Smart looking to apply pressure towards Sexton. Ratton gets the hand pass out towards McGuan, who goes to Hickmott. Hickmott's kick is wide up towards a centre wing. McCartney, the spoiler from behind, and a throw in on that outer wing. As Peter Dean, always well bandaged, and today well gloved. Been a great stalwart of the club though, playing his 218th game, Peter Dean. Allen gets to the front spot once again. Ratton usually found down there. Mark Visca in his 33rd game also there, and looks as though we've got the blood rule here. So we'll have a little bit of time taken up.
So Brett Ratton.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that one, Scotty. I also agree with your call on the blue jumpers too. He does look overweight when they wear those.
We'll have a look at Luke O'Sullivan, the shorts on. Boy.
Well, this is a big moment for Luke. It's his 50th game.
There it is, great to see.
He made his debut back in 1988. Well done to the Rhino. He's a great club man, one of the club jokers and entertainers. But he can play footy as well. Good luck in his 50th game.
So the start very important. Carlton, in fact, haven't lost a game since 1995 when they've led at quarter time. And they hold the advantage at the moment by 2 points. So statistically and historically, this game is for them to take now. Gilligan, the young ruckman, caught behind Allen this time. Camporelli feeds on out. Going nowhere was Matt Clappe. Clappe, the 7-goal game against the Crows 2 years ago, but has now found himself more in defence than a goal scorer. Forward of the wing position for just favouring the Crows. Bickley, a right foot, hard up against the boundary line. In fact, just too hard up against, and it's over. So the game just sort of slowing down a little bit just at the moment on the outer side. Aaron Hamill has the opportunity. Should look to perhaps take the game on a little bit, but no, elects to go for the safety first, down along the wing position. Koutafidis couldn't complete the mark. Bradley at ground level. The quick kick out. Spoil was from Beaumont behind Tregenza. Hart running onto a Whitnell. Very good work. Turns the ball back his way, but not long enough. Jamison, now it's rebounded. Camporelli, another 50-game player for the Blues, tosses it in towards the forward line. McCarthy gets back and saves in defence.
Under 40 seconds remaining in this first quarter, and a very even 1-2. Rashudo has it almost down to centre wing. Mark Rashudo looks towards Nigel Smart.
Excellent handball.
That was all. McKay does it well. Off to Whitnell. Again, the Blues go into attack. Down towards Peter Dean and Camporelli. Connell giving chase. Camporelli paddling the ball along in front. Waiting for it to sit, and it does now. In towards full forward. Murphy again caught behind.
Behind, Sandy, you've got to get in front. Whitnell was caught behind earlier. You've just got to get in front.
Tyson Edwards was the man doing the stopping. Comes back towards centre wing. Clapper's away, but the siren has sounded. So a pretty even first quarter here at the new look Optus ground, with the home side having a slight edge. Carlton at quarter time, 3-2-20. Adelaide, 3 straight goals. Only a 2-point margin in it. It'll be Stuart Wen.
Ratton out there, Sandy, left the screen with the head bandage.
It's not a good bounce from Stewart. Won by Gilligan, but Bradley sweeps a long hand pass to Camporelli. Camporelli looks down towards a full forward. Murphy at the back. Safe pair of hands, and he'll have a shot 30 metres out, almost directly in front.
Well, you couldn't go crooked. Tyson Edwards, he was in front. Here's the high ball. The hands. I'm A little critical of the hands, but oh well, it's modern day football, I suppose. He'll be penalised once upon a time for that.
Drop punt from Murphy is split the middle.
Yes, sorry Sandy, but that's his first goal. He had an excellent night series, but he's been down in the day games. That's the two that they've played so far. There, I've got to question that, the way they put the hands in the shoulders. But the umpire is there. He pays the decisions. We can only sit and wonder.
Murphy's first goal. 1 goal, 1 against his name. Long shot early in the game. Went the wrong side, but back at the centre bounce, and Bradley once again. 11 disposals in the first quarter. All of a sudden he's had another couple here now. The Crows this time, the run through Tregenza. Goes all the way towards half forward. Won't reach Modra. Has to be done by Stanfield. He couldn't complete it. The umpire's kick. Over the shoulder to big Barry Stanfield.
It's a little crude. I think that was Allen coming across.
It was just quite a very tall player, Stanfield. If you haven't got...
Yes, Allen take him to ground. Rather crude.
Yep.
Sorry, Terry.
Yep, it's just that with Hamill there, Stanfield does have the inches advantage over him. So he's always going to be under pressure. So Allen does need to get there as much as he can, but certainly in a cleaner fashion than that. So Stanfield, 5 goals round 1. 1 goal the first quarter of this match. Goes for his second. He's got it.
He's an enthusiastic player, Barry Stanfield. After he kicked that goal, he was rather subdued. Not much emotion, just trotted back.
You ever been to Fish Creek, Don?
I think I've passed through it.
Well,
On the
there's
way
not
to
much that happens up there, mate.
A couple of good footballers have come out of Fish Creek. Wayne Wiedemann.
He's now in Tassie. Goal for goal, it continues here at Optus Oval. Allen wins it. Bradley unable to take it cleanly. Bickley, a solid tackler. Aerial ping pong. Eventually it was Koutafidis who got it out initially. Or Borkle runs into a brick wall. Play allowed to go on. Picked up by Jamison. Wobbles it towards his co-Newt-nut in Nigel Smart. Stanfield is caught. He did get rid of the football eventually, but it took a long time. A long kick comes in from Williams, but he's away to the right. 1 behind.
It was a beautiful kick from Williams. A beautiful kick from 52 metres, just the 1 step. There he is on screen, as I mentioned earlier. A little reluctant to go to Adelaide last year, and but now he's got his act together. He's trimmed down. There he is, coming into screen there.
Manton to Rice to Beaumont. Goes across the ground. Had a look downfield for a number of options, but eventually picked out Hickmont, who finds Manton. He's called to play on now. And that's not a good kick. Straight down the throat of Tregenza. In towards half forward. Williams was the target once again, but it's Hickmont who defends. Just going short. Allen takes the mark.
Sorry, Sandy. One can only wonder why Geelong let Hickmont go. I think he's a terrific competitor.
Wide towards the wing. Clappe couldn't take it cleanly. Sexton paddling the ball along for a moment, then getting a kick, but now out of bounds. Michael Sexton, the Sandhurst chiropractor, very quiet but very, very effective. Allen in front of Gilligan. McMahon took a courageous mark in the first quarter, finds Bradley, who's been busy. He swings it in towards Murphy again, this time trying to do the work from behind. Oh, somehow Koutafidis gets clear, and what a goal from Kouta!
That's his second, and that was Strength. Strength got in there. He was able to get away from that tackle. We watch this on replay. Murphy behind once again. Tyson Edwards in front. You can see there Murphy going for the big fly. That's just strength that gets you out of those situations. Well done, Koutafidis.
2 goals to Anthony Koutafidis. His side now leading by 7 points. McKay, the half-back flanker, wrapped up there. Good tackle from Gilligan.
Yeah, and it's good to see him being congratulated then by Brett James. That's Tom Gilligan. He's doing a terrific job for a guy in his first game. There he is, young Tom.
Set to do the ruck work against Matt Allen. Just falls to ground. The Crows with numbers. Costa, who now has the job on Camporelli, goes long towards half forward. Stanfield, it bounces off his chest. Hamill to Sexton. Cleans up as he always does. Pushes on out wide to Beaumont. What a consummate professional is Michael Sexton. Beaumont on the left foot onto the running Allen. Another left footer. Settles towards the pocket. Murphy's there behind. Bickley off the ground from the defence of the Crows, but ratting along to Murphy. Has a look at him across the body and he's missed. Jamison charging the ball down there. Couldn't clear the area, giving Murphy the opportunity. And there was one there who's sitting there. Visca just coming in to congratulate him on the shot. Jamison short to back pocket. Shudo, one of the keys to the Crows side. Kicks long towards the wing. Visca's behind. It goes on over the back. McCarthy feeds the ball back inboard. Tregenza's the only Crow there and he wins it well with courage on the right foot. But it wobbles away. Stanfield caught behind Hamill. Strong at halfback.
Aaron Hamill goes back towards centre wing again. Koutafidis with the one hand. Balkwell's waiting down, so too McKay. Does it beautifully. Off to Ratton, then Balkwell. They go charging in towards half forward. Murphy from behind. Tried to steal it. Was ineffective, however. Comes towards half-back. Kane Johnson slips at the crucial stage. Balkwell locks it up. Visca comes over the top of him. And finally the umpire decides that he'll take it. Andrew Balkwell wearing 28 for Carlton from Central Districts. Peter Dean does the ruck work. Brett James has the ball and the cry goes up. The cry of ball, but to no avail. In Carlton's attacking zone. Again, Peter Dean plucks it out of the air to Camporelli. He bounces it in towards half forward. Tregenza is at the back. A chance to defend. He goes towards the outer side. It'll beat Allen and Gilligan over the line.
There's really not much the coach can do in this situation. There just doesn't seem to be any pattern to the game, I suppose is the word I'm looking for. Just a matter of who's going to hang on and who's going to get the break.
Gilligan over the back towards Rashudo. Now Bickley. He has a look in towards the middle. Ill-directed, however, because Hickmott is there, or his hand pass is not a good one. Not a good one, and he may pay the ultimate price as Nigel Smart goes careering in towards goal, and that is a very handy one.
This first, Nigel, and everybody could see that hand pass from Hickmott at the ankles of Rice, and how you can pick those up is beyond me. Look at this, down at the ground. I mean, boy. They tend to overdo the hand passing a bit. I don't know if the hand pass was even on at that stage. I mean, Hickmott was going straight through. Why reverse play?
So Adrian Hickmott's handball error has allowed Nigel Smart in for his first goal, and the Crows stay within 2 points. Here they come again, this time through Bickley. Out of the centre bounce area. Williams and Hickmott down.
It's too slow.
McLeod, he's too quick. Settles over the ball. The kicks veered offline over to the left-hand side and just the one behind.
Dean Rice is just too slow on McLeod. They'll have to make a change, Carlton. And Carlton have doubled the number, sorry, Terry, of handballs of Adelaide, and they are tending to overdo the handball on a number of occasions.
McKay to bring it back into play. Goes straight down the middle, and it's okay. Finds Glenn Manton. Manton will pop it over the top to Rice. Look out. He finds McGuan. Heads towards the middle. Oh, Camporelli went up high. Couldn't complete the mark. Comes clear towards Hamill. He's claimed by Tregenza. Good tackle too. Back again to Allen. The loping left footer just chips away. Not a pretty kick by any stretch of the imagination. Puts Camporelli under real pressure. Giving chase is Tyson Edwards. Camporelli does do well, as Don said. Off to Sexton. Short little kick inside 50. Beaumont gets a bad bounce. Ratton has persistence. He also cop one. Gilligan goes in strongly. James hand pass, but the whistle is sounded and the ironical cheers go up because Matt Clappe has a free kick. He's outside 50. Clappe goes with a long mob in towards Koutafidis. He's held out of it, and well held out of it too. The defence of the Crows now starting to work as Visca held them up, and he did well. They've moved it from full back towards centre wing, courtesy of Costa. He looks down towards full forward. Modra was being held, and he's got to take a free kick.
Now they've made the change, Carlton, as you see there. Dean Rice in screen. He is now playing on Modra, and Glenn Manton has gone out to McLeod. That's an interesting move. And Rice, as you can see there, the jumper of Modra, none too subtle. Tony Modra, his first shot for goal. Second on the goal kicking list after 2 rounds.
And this to give Adelaide the lead. Scores 11. One behind only. He's been pretty accurate so far this season. In fact, came into this game with 12-3 to his name. So that was one I think he would have considered he should have got.
Craig Bradley, 10 kicks, 4 handballs in general play. This one doesn't add to the stats, but it is an effective kick to Sexton at half back. He in turn to Camporelli. 50-game player in just over 2 seasons. To Allen.
Hamstring.
Yep, on centre wing.
So Matthew Allen on the left foot. 30 metres out from goal. Murphy's the fly, couldn't complete it, and it just drops back down at ground level.
He's going to go off McGuan. He's trotting to the boundary line.
Carlton in real control there with the handballs, but not all have been effective. Have lost a goal through that man Smart earlier with a poor handball. Williams now looking for a runner. Finds one in James. He just settles. A nice little give into centre half forward. Risciuto was off, but now he's given the benefit of the doubt and finds Costa. Kim Costa playing his first game after returning from a knee injury.
I don't think it could be a hamstring. Sandy's still out there. McGuan, he's limping. I mean, if you've got a hammy, you certainly go off the ground as if someone shot you on the back of the leg.
Well, he's followed Brent Williams down. Just see what happens after this kick. Pretty good looking kick too. Oh, that is a beauty.
He's a good player, Kim Costa. Adelaide really did lack something when he injured his knee last year. He's been out with knee reconstruction. McGuan now going off. I don't think he'll take any further part in this game.
More than likely the groin, isn't it? I mean, he's had a history of groin problems.
Bit of disappointment for Mick McGuan. So handy Costa goal. McGuan off the ground. Luke O'Sullivan in his 50th game is back on. Gilligan towards Bickley. The Crows looking good. Go down towards the half-forward line once again. Peter Vardy has possession just for a moment. Pushes it wide. Flick round the body by Barry Stanfield. 2 goals in a minute. And Crow fans delirious.
And actually, in fact, that's his 3rd goal, Barry Stanfield. Showed his skill going on the left foot. And the Crows have got quite a following here. They're very vocal. Here's a man that's also very impressive, Peter Vardy.
So the Crows at this corresponding stage in the match against Richmond last week was some 40 points down. Now they lead the Carlton side by 12.
Good, that's the way to attack.
Beaumont, but it's intercepted. Quick hands to Costa. He's going to put it right pressure into the forward line for the Crows. Modra held clearly there by the umpire. Manton the offender. Free kick.
Yeah, it's great to see the umpires playing those. For too long was a blight on the game. The players very good at holding nowadays.
So the third umpire able to adjudicate on the exact scenario that they are there to judge on, and that is the interference at the extreme ends of the ground. So Tony Modra, 349 career goals, looking for 350 and to put his side further in front. He's missed again. 2 misses to the near side to Tony Modra.
Now down to the boundary line curls. Mick McGuan, groin or hamstring?
Yeah, you called it right, boys. You're confirming a groin problem, and Pryor Mickey's not very happy at all. Also watch the move of Peter Dean down in defence. I think
Bradley brings it in. There is Peter Dean. Well, that's bitter disappointment, not only for McGuan but for Carlton also. Beaumont chips to the outer side. There's got to be some form of urgency now in this Carlton outfit. Sexton's kick goes in towards the middle. The bouncing ball just about eluded them all. Clappe gives it back again to the run of Michael Sexton. He's put them inside 50, but he's also put it into the hands of Mark Prosciutto.
And Hamill's down at half forward. And they've really got a problem across there, Carlton.
And Costa has a panic. Doesn't take full advantage of it. Goes short to Brett James. They're inside 50 once again, but this time safely chopped off by Allen. Carlton just a little rattled at the moment. Ratton to McKay. Borkwell is coming off the ground. Going on is Adam White. McKay goes into Costa. His opposing number 5, James. Got a hand to it. Bounced out. And it's taken over the line. No, it's not. Initially kept in play. Costa comes in charging at Ratton. Now it's over.
Hasn't he made a difference to the Crows side, Kim Costa?
Yep. Oh, he's a goer.
Yeah,
he's a
really lacked him.
Honest to goodness goer. There he is, the boy from South Adelaide. I wish he was there when I was there. Might have won a game.
Oh well, throw in. Bradley, forever working hard, goes round the body. A rainmaker, and don't we need it? James flicks it on, but straight to McKay. He saw Camporelli, puts it out in front. If he can keep it in play, he'll be all right. He can't.
Oh, I thought that was in. I thought it was in.
So did Scott, I think. Let's have another look at it.
Well, can we pick it up here on camera?
Now, on the line is in.
He's definitely on the line.
So from that, the Blues work it away through Bradley. Inside 50, Koutafiti's behind, but a free kick.
A good decision once again.
Don Scott befriending the umpires at either end of the ground. Kane Johnson, the recipient. Towards the wing position, it's not going to reach his target, and Allen's there to take the mark. The Blues wanting to get some run going through McKay, O'Sullivan, Bradley. He'll give them run. Spots a player out wide beautifully to Beaumont. The left footer is in range. Made his debut with the Blues mid-year 95. Scratched together another 7 games last year, but in the pre-season competition, Beaumont has been good for the Blues. Had to serve time out of that competition being reported. Very good user of the ball. This should be a goal from him.
Oh, what a hole.
Can't trust those left footers.
There hasn't been too many good left footers who've kicked goals. Can you? Oh, Sumici's got that hook too, hasn't he? There's not too many. I can't think of too many full forwards that have really made it as left footers.
So Jamison brings the ball back in. His target slipped over. Beaumont has another opportunity. Handballs to Koutafiti's. His kick's a good one to the top of the square. Whitnell in front. The spoils from behind. Roving by Ratton. Left foot. Another one gone stray.
Good roving nonetheless by Ratton.
5-5, plays 7-4. For Adelaide, McLeod has 2 and Barry Stanfield 3. They're the major contributors. Both have been very effective. Rashudo. Short to Costa. Both he and Tregenza coming back into the lineup, and the Crows certainly better for it. Taken by Beckley. The skipper goes down towards Modra and Manton. Stanfield tries to go storming through. He did, but lost the football to McKay. He in turn found the heat in the kitchen a little too hot. Pushed towards the boundary line. Camporelli will see it over.
He's got great composure, McKay. He hit the ball hard just in front of our commentary position on centre wing earlier. There he is there. Summed up the situation. A quick no-look handball to his left. Then Carlton cleared the ball in that situation too. He knew exactly where everyone was and put it straight over his head.
Looking for a major milestone in a couple of months' time. Playing his 89th game today. McKay, Camporelli and Murphy combined. Look out. Straight in towards Tregenza. Costa, oh, that was great work by Kim Costa. If he starts something here, it could be very effective as Tyson Edwards goes streaming towards full forward. A long kick in towards Stanfield. Got front spot, got a hand to it.
Peter Dean had no intent at all in going for the ball. All he was going was knocking the arms of Barry Stanfield.
Throw in the right forward pocket. Dean missed it.
Oh, well done, Tom Gilligan.
Crude tackle on him. He stood his ground. And Mark Rashudo just coming in to vent his feelings.
Been impressive, Don.
My word, he has. For a first gamer, as I mentioned in the preview, he's about 6th in line for a ruck position. And he certainly stood up. I'd reward him on this effort. Play him again next week. Played with Dandenong Stingrays as an under-18 player here in Melbourne. Directly in front, but kicking from probably 53 metres. It's a high drop punt. Barry Stanfield likes it. Crow fans like it.
So Gilligan, Tom Gilligan gets his first goal, and Adelaide move ahead.
It's funny when you mention names. Gilligan reminds me of a teammate I used to play with.
Gilligan's Island.
No.
I don't know.
No, a chap I used to play with. As soon as you mention the name Gilligan, I think of Mick McCarthy.
So the Adelaide Crows kicking the last of 4 goals of the game. Tom Gilligan the last one, and he's now doing the ruck work again against Allen. The Blues under pressure. White dumped by Visca, but Ratton, a beautiful handball to the running Murphy. Goes on towards Koutafidis. Outnumbered this time, but at ground level as Clappe curls it across. Found a teammate. Beaumont in the right spot at the right time. Receives what was a very good kick from Matt Clappe.
Yes, it's good to see the teammates going recognise Clappe. He's a real worker up there. He plays the forward position like a back man, and there's Beaumont. Let's hope he hasn't got that vicious left hook going.
It's all clear this time, Don. Beaumont's goal. So Beaumont gets his first goal, and his side now moves back to within 11 points.
And here it is once again. Murphy's had a good game now, playing up around midfield. And there's Clappe, the opportunist. 2 Crows going to ground. An excellent centre.
Margin is now 11 points in favour of Adelaide. Ratton takes it out of the middle for Carlton. Goes down towards right half forward. Hart leading in the race. Jamison hand pass Rashudo. They're out of trouble over the head of Mark Rashudo. Down towards Andrew McLeod, who's kicked a couple of goals. Ratton keeps it in play. He gives it to Murphy. Back to White.
Hey,
in
over
trouble.
to
O'Sullivan. Murphy. White. Ratton. Finally a kick. Down in towards the forward line. And going over is Tyson Edwards.
How many handballs they had, Carlton? 64 already. They keep on that way, they'll be up around the 130 mark, which is a lot of handballs for a game we're not even to half time.
Right forward pocket. Gilligan had front spot. Here's a chance for Ratton. Centering kick. He maybe wanted a Whitnell who's there, but he's outnumbered, and Tregenza might outrun him. It sits very nicely for him. He bounces his way across the middle. Simon Tregenza shows him the football and takes him on. Whitmont
good
and
tackle.
Hickmont are both there. And Adrian Hickmont.
There's a number of Port Adelaide players out there playing for the Adelaide Crows. One is Simon Tregenza, the other is McLeod. I wonder whether they ever thought of going back and playing for Port, a newly established team this year.
Just forward of centre. Gilligan a mighty belt, but straight to Murphy, whose kick is well smothered. Danger here for Carlton because Not So Smart picks it up. Nigel goes for goal and he's popped it through. The Adelaide Crows are looking the goods, Don.
Yes, and he did very, very well then. When you've got the bald head, it shows you've got the perfect head. It's only hair that covers the imperfect head, and Nigel's obviously
So you're caught between the devil and the deep blue sea.
And Nigel's got the perfect head there, as he showed a lot of nous going into goal there, and very happy, enthused. He can play down back, as we know. Now playing cross half forward.
So the Crows vice captain Nigel Smart kicks his second goal, and his side now leading by 17 points with under 2 minutes to play in the first half of this game. Carlton really under pressure. Lost the first two games of the round and now having to fight here against a very good Crows unit.
So the backs are in front of Adelaide, and that's what's really, then those forwards of Carlton have got to get in front.
Here's Carlton's opportunity now. Clappe on the left foot, in short, finds Koutafidis in front of Johnson.
And the other guy that's starting to get confidence and starting to give him a spark is, we've already mentioned he kicked a goal earlier, is Gilligan. Now early on in the game he really didn't have the confidence to jump high at the centre bounce with Allen. Now he's starting to jump over the top of Allen. And Adelaide, and that is indicative of Adelaide, they're playing with a lot of confidence now as Koutafidis lines up. Carlton need it.
Koutafidis for his third, way across the face of goal, out of bounds on the far side.
Just shocking miss.
Crows fans breathe a sigh of relief. Jamison just in short. And if they knew the time clock, these boys would just toss it around now, a la Essendon. Pushes on out in now, Visca. It's good play by the Crows. Well in now, under a minute of play left. Visca goes long, so it's right out of the danger zone. Allen from behind, can't complete the mark. Hickmont, McLeod keeps it alive. Williams, good handball in board. Smart will have to do the work against Bradley. Bradley too good on this occasion to Sexton. In towards the centre field. A nest of Crows. Whitnell is the only one for the Blues. James takes it away, pushes it out wide, and Smart does have the opportunity. 13 seconds on the clock. He's a long way out.
Stanfield's got the sit here. Nobody marking him.
That's out. He will have to kick long for goal himself now. Lets a drop punt go, but it's going to fall well short. But what a quarter by the Crows. 6 goals to 3 by the Adelaide Crows. 17-point lead. And what a turnaround from last week's game again.
And a little bit of how do you do going on before the bounce with Koutafidis and also Kane Johnson. The umpire ignores it. Gilligan wins it, but it goes straight to Bradley. Murphy, clever little tap on. Danger here as Carlton are desperate for the first goal. Jamison will get back and defend for the Adelaide Crows. He does it wisely towards Johnson, who's recovered from that carry-on with Kuda. And Johnson steadies, looks up towards centre wing, sees he was getting very little on offer, and so just pokes it forward and towards the line. Gee, the Crows get the first one here. They can open up a very, very handy lead and will make it very tough for Carlton, who so far in a half of football have managed only 6 goals anyway. Beaumont comes away.
There's just no system. They're just blasting away. Camporeale, when he went forward, you know, really didn't look for a man. It trickled off the side, and that time Beaumont came out of defence. A lot of pressure, just blasted away.
Costa, here's the man we were talking about, off towards McCartney. Jason McCartney kicks down towards the forward line once again. Good strong mark by Andrew McKay.
He's a great player. A great player.
Game number 89 for McKay. To centre wing. At the back, Tregenza. Might have been a case of push on, push on, push there. The man at the end of the chain was Tyson Edwards. Finds Costa. Almost down to right half forward. He looks to put them inside 50. Big pack of players. Bickley tumbles a punt in towards Stanfield. Modra was there also, couldn't take it. Bradley gets a hurried kick. Camporelli flew on one side, Koutafidis flew on the other, and it's number 43 who has it. Comes towards Murphy. Dropped it. So too did McCartney. Hamill is the first to recover for Carlton. Oh, it's an iffy old start to this third term. Camporelli's hand pass is okay to Hickmott. He goes up towards the half-forward line, and Whitnell has it. So he goes short. O'Sullivan trying to cover himself in glory in his 50th game, gets the handball out. Tregenza defends for the Crows, and they're going to come away out of trouble to the outer side towards Brent Williams. The boundary line beats him.
Well, I suppose you could say, Terry, their forwards at least coming up the ground, but when Whitnell got that ball, there was only one forward in front of him, and really he wasn't far enough down the ground. So Carlton just not playing with any system, and a little bit disorganised.
So the two ruckmen at it again. Allen gives his side a chance, down to Bradley, but he couldn't break away from the pressure from James. Now Carlton towards centre half forward. Good spoil by McCartney. Camporelli on the left foot. Murphy misses on that occasion. Edwards had the better of him. Costa to Hart, to the outer wing. Flicked on the ground. Support's not there for Williams. It's Koutafidis. Again putting Carlton into attack. Falls short of the target, and big Matty Allen just couldn't handle it down at his toes.
They're in trouble, Carlton.
Adelaide leading by 17 points at the half-time break. Looking a far improved side than the first half last week against Richmond. O'Sullivan, the 50-game player, back to Bradley. Approaching 250 games to Whitnell. Couldn't complete it. Clappe retarded a little bit. Onto Murphy. The fumble there by Hamill under all sorts of pressure of the Carlton forwards. This Adelaide defence is standing strong at ground level. Costa, McLeod, Camporelli again, another opportunity to the square. It's one out. Whitnell and Jamison. Jamison's strong.
Jamison should have been paid the free kick too. Put his body well in front of Whitnell, and Whitnell again grabbed him, mauled him.
Ben Hart goes to the outer side. This keeps up. Adelaide's going to be a buzz all week in the build-up to the showdown between Port and the Crows. Still a long way to go. McCartney gives the hand pass back to Gilligan. He's taken the ground. The ball spills free. Bradley pumps it back towards centre wing, towards Rice. Gilligan there also once again. So too Rashudo had a throw in on the outer side.
Sandy, you just say if this can keep going. Well, I'm really struggling to see what Carlton can actually do here to make inroads into the Crows side at the moment.
It's a real battle, isn't it? Allen up against Gilligan. Ratton at the bottom of the pack. Over him is Brett James in game number 45. That being the case, it's going to leave Carlton lamenting at the bottom of the ladder, winless.
Quite some time since we've seen that for a start of the season.
Yes. Crows go in towards half forward once again. Hickmon almost collides with his teammate. He's able to get the hand pass away to Sexton, who finds Ratton. For the moment, they're out of trouble, the Blues. In fact, in towards half forward. Got a player waiting down in Kudafidis. It should result in a goal. And does. Kuda gets his third, one in every turn.
Well, I need something from him. He's got something that's a little bit different, a little bit special, and he showed it on that occasion because they're really just not getting anything when they go forward. Their backs are holding up, but the forward line is just not quite up to it. They're a bit small. There's Kudafidis. He's a big fellow, yet doing the roving. His third goal. The only multiple goal scorer for Carlton so far.
So Carlton back now to within 10 points. Kudafidis, the first goal of the second half. Gilligan, first hand on it, but only as far as Ratton to Bradley, back to Ratton at ground level. Hickmon cleans up on the left foot. Very good kick to White. Made his debut with the Blues last week. Towards centre forward, Murphy's the target. Over the top of that player. Kudafidis, he's the critical player at the moment, gives it off to Beaumont, back to Kudafidis, tosses it across, very good kick. Hamill in position, completes the mark. He kept his eye on the ball all the way. But Kudafidis just the one at the moment, just starting to stand up.
I was just going to say, Terry, he's the one that's given them a little bit of a light, hasn't he, Kudafidis, with that goal, but he's also involved once again. He set it up for Hamill, and I think Hamill a little fortunate on that occasion.
So Aaron Hamill, just playing his 7th game for the Blues, settles and kicks poorly. To behind, brings his side now back to within 9. The challenge has been put to the Crows. This is a great time to answer it.
Just looking at Sandy's pen. It's a Crow's pen, Sandy.
Play goes on. So does Don. Beaumont to half forward and Ben Hart.
That's the first time I've known you show any allegiance to any football team in all the time that I've worked with you.
It is not a Crow's pen. Tregenza. Rashudo. It's like working with Sherlock Holmes. McCartney. Can kick a long ball. This is no exception. Stanfield stood his ground solidly. Vardy sees it over. Right forward pocket. Well, now Carlton have peppered for a couple of behinds. Crows have it down here. They can convert and stretch their lead to 15 points. Stanfield doing the ruck work. There's only a couple of big men left at Adelaide. Ripped off the ball as Williams is going to be free kick. Brent Williams is going to have a shot just inside 50.
He's a big boy, Brent Williams. You see here on replay, playing across half forward. He's only a youngster, started at Central Dragons here, but very big from the hips down. He's lost a lot of weight actually from last year.
Williams from 46 metres starts it right. It comes back, but not enough. Behind goes on the board to Adelaide. Now a 10-point break. Been another fantastic weekend of football. Upsets, tight contests, and then of course Port Adelaide's thrilling first win. Dean Rice takes the kick out from centre half-back, goes in towards centre wing and pinpoints Murphy.
Actually, Murphy's has been playing well in this third quarter. He's been in front. It was different to the first half where he's being rewarded from playing from behind. But every time he's gone for the ball, he's now being in front. That's great to see.
Murphy goes long. Hamill's going to get another chance.
A little bit nervous there. Looked for the play on, didn't he?
Thought about it, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Hamill looking. And took a good chest mark. A little undecisive. He kicked a point last time he had a go.
He's all right this time. He's got it. So Hamill gets his first.
Well, he comes from Tuggerong, which is in the ACT. Not too many players come out of Tuggerong. In fact, his teammate comes from Tuggerong too.
Tuggeranong.
Tuggeranong.
Tuggeranong. And this is not
Aboriginal for what? But it was a good kick for goal. His execution of the kick, not all that good. He should hold on to it just a little more with the right hand. But still it found its mark.
So Carlton on the way back. The first 2 goals of the third quarter. The challenge is now with the Crows. But the Blues again, this time through Bradley. Win the centre bounce. The bouncing ball at half forward. Hamill, the last goal scorer, has an opportunity. Flicks it on out off ground level. O'Sullivan's in there. Costa, quick give to Visca. McCartney, and the Crows are away with Tregenza. Williams, very good mark. Pulling it in on the right hand. Now looks forward. He has Stanfield and Modra there. Elects to go in short to James. He's forced on the left foot. He now has Modra and Stanfield. Stanfield fumbles what May he should have taken. McLeod, the Blues. Bradley to Rice. Away they go. Murphy's the target. He's got it. Goes inboard to the runner.
Gilligan in a spot of bother in the middle. We'll keep an eye on him.
Murphy once again. O'Sullivan there with him. The strength of Big Rhino. Costa there to match it, being hard at the ball. And Costa, rightfully so, getting a pat on the head there from teammates. Gilligan, a little bit tentative there, but eyeing his opponent in this ruck contest. Pushes in hard. Koutafidis pushes on out towards Costa. He in turn high towards the centre bounce area. Williams in front, Sexton from behind. Williams retains the ball. On to Stanfield on the left. Modra's the only target, the only Crow there. Misses out. Supporters come from Vardy. McKay has hidden collared. In on out to Rice. Interception by Modra. Keeps the ball alive from the Crows. White's away for the Blues.
Touch of desperation now from both sides as Hickmott has it on the outer side. He's also got a panic to roam. Elects to go short and finds Murphy. The crowd urging Murphy to go forward. A long kick to right half forward. Locked up in that position.
To my mind, Carlton have got the best backline in the business, bar none. The way they combine back up and move the ball systematically out of that backline, it's a treat to watch for a football follower or an observer.
9.5 minutes remaining. The Koutafidis hand pass into the open space initially. Visca worked hard. Crows at the moment looking to answer the challenge. Go towards centre wing and Allen sees it over. Williams there in picture. So do Nigel Smart. Matt Allen drops back. Stanfield wearing 16. Kicked 3 goals in the first half, Barry Stanfield. Look at Costa.
You wouldn't pick it as a first game back from a knee injury,
No
would
way,
you?
no.
Tregenza as well. He's done
Yeah.
well for a first gamer.
Yeah.
Although he's played 2.5 games at Port.
And they'll be even better for the run next week. Hickmott at the bottom, somewhere underneath Barry Stanfield. Still on the outer side. Gilligan looks to have recovered. There's some ironical cheers going up, but now they're calling for 50. They'll get the free kick, but not the 50. Allen.
I suppose all it could be is holding.
Free kicks, 7 to Carlton, 16 to Adelaide. There's a big mark by Aaron Hamill. So maybe that's why the cheers were somewhat ironical. Murphy to take the kick despite the big mark. Murphy looks downfield. He goes long towards Whitnell. Jamison is there with him to affect the spoil. Whitnell gets another chance. Good tackling by Tyson Edwards, and the ball spills free over the line, forcing another throw in.
Tyson Edwards on screen has made the move from a forward flanker to the back pocket very, very well. He now watches as his side starts to build up an offensive move from half-back. Chain of handballs now with Jamison. Settles onto Tregenza with pace. Now Smart. It's a one-out duel here between Smart and Sexton. Who will be the smarter? It is Smart. Very smart from Nigel. Cross towards the top of the goal square. Modra does the spoiling. The Blues gather numbers once again. Three of them. Dean to Mackay. The interception there was good from McLeod. Puts the pressure back on the Carlton defence. Numbers stay with it. White. Handballs inboard. Hickmott on the left foot.
Going to come back.
Back it comes.
Brett James, boys, has gone off for Adelaide, and he's been replaced by Orman Allen. That's Trent Orman Allen, formerly of Melbourne, as the ball is on centre wing, and actually it's that man going to take the kick, Orman Allen.
Yep, and Rintoul is also on for Adelaide, replacing Connell. Modra the fire, got one hand to it. Gilligan goes underground with a hand pass. It'll be cleaned up by Bradley. He looks to the outer side. Rashudo sprints towards the ball, and he takes a fine mark. The Crows desperately clinging to this slender lead. He goes short and finds Stanfield. In turn, just over the 50. Good mark taken by Williams.
He can kick a ball, this fellow Williams.
Brent Williams.
2-2 last week against Richmond. And that dismal display was one of Adelaide's better players.
Young boy from the Paran Dragons kicks a long ball and touched over the line. So a very important 6 minutes or so coming up now in this game. A margin of 5 points favouring the Crows. Carlton desperate to record their first win of the season as Manton finds Hickmott. Hickmott goes short and collects White. Over the top he goes to Sexton. Cool in a crisis is Sexton towards half forward. Hamill dropped perhaps what he should have taken. Tidies up to claim Visca.
Well done, Beaumont.
Oh, he goes bouncing through. Gets the call from Murphy. Grand play. O'Sullivan couldn't take it in the first attempt. He gets another one. Luke O'Sullivan, the Rhino, celebrates his 50th.
Well, it won't go down in the stat because he didn't even collect the stat. Maybe for a rush, courageous play or whatever. But Stephen Beaumont, the teammates going across and applauding the effort. Watch this from Beaumont. He really took it on here. There it is. He really had to run and he kept going. Well done. Head down. Got the ball away. That is just excellent play. All he'll get is a handball stat.
So the courage of Stephen Beaumont and the goal-scoring power of Luke O'Sullivan give Carlton the lead. They lost it halfway through the second quarter and now had to work right through towards the end of the third to regain it. Now they have a little bit of a spring in their step. Rice towards Hamill.
Wow.
Big jump.
I like the way he went after a tackle down on the forward pocket before. Very enthusiastic player, Hamill. But the passage of play, although this is spectacular, the passage of play for mine is the play just previously of Beaumont. That was just unbelievable play from Beaumont. Real team lifting stuff. But that also is a team lifting mark by Hamill. Now, he's not the best kick for goal. We've already seen him. He's kicked one, but he missed one badly a few moments ago.
So Hamill been very effective across half forward over the last 30 minutes of the game. He's kicked his second goal in this quarter. Second goal to Aaron Hamill. Cross half forward, giving the Blues the marking target they've been looking for.
And here it is. They muck it up Carlton here. Again, too much handball, but it's Rice through a great shepherd by Hickmott. That was a terrific shepherd by Hickmott. The advantage of the long kick.
Carlton fans finding voice. Connell back on. Visca off. The Crows have been kept to just 2 points in this all-important third term. McCartney goes through but loses the footy in the process. They pounce upon us.
Sorry to cut across you, but McLeod, it's an interesting move, McLeod going down back. Now, I thought he was quite sensational in the first half up forward. He really did lead Rice to the ball, caused Rice to be moved off him. Now he's playing down back on Hamill.
Big pack of players around this ball. It's not a pretty bounce. Bradley has a go at it, then Gilligan has another one. Comes towards Beaumont. Beaumont chips inside 50 once again. Too far out in front of Lance Whitnell. Throw in. 4 3/4 minutes remaining. The Crows have kicked 2 behinds for the quarter. Carlton have kicked 4 goals. 2 of those from Hamill, 1 from Koutafidis, and 1 from Luke O'Sullivan, who'll certainly remember that in his 50th, and here he is again. White on the boundary line. He gives it back to White. White bends it way too far left. Pulls.
Sullivan has given that little bit of spark across half forward.
I was thinking the same. I was thinking of O'Sullivan, but he doesn't look like a footballer, does he? But he's certainly very effective.
Matty Connell. McCartney, one of the flyers. Allen was another. Ratton waiting down, gives it to Beaumont, who promptly puts it straight out of bounds on the full. Good mark by that youngster. He quickly hands it back. It's as though Ormond Allen is going to take the kick. Spent a lot of time on the bench. And that's well given it to Connell the first time. And now Costa's loose in the middle. Kicks loose off the side of the boot. Stanfield's got a chance his arm and chase it. This opens the door for Hickmon and Camporelli. Camporelli looks down towards half forward. Oh, they've got the loose man in Hamill down in the forward line. He's only got to take the mark.
That's 50.
Yep.
And Gilligan's gone off. Gilligan off, and coming on for Adelaide is Vardy.
By having a good old chat to Murphy. He was stopped in his tracks as we look again at the mark. And a gimme goal. So Carlton get their 5th for the quarter and surge to a 13-point lead.
And Hamill, his 3rd goal. They needed the spark. It came from Koutafidis, also the play of Beaumont. But this man here has certainly capitalised on the scoreboard. 3 goals, 1 he's kicked in the 3rd quarter. Hamill having started down back.
So Malcolm Blight is 148 games a coach. 1st year with the Crows, 8th year overall. Now starting to look a worried man. His side under siege. Hart can't get away from the defensive pressure of the Carlton side. White, the quick hands out to O'Sullivan. Long kick. Well, they're really strutting their stuff now, the Blues. Somewhere, somehow they've pulled something out of the fire. Hamill with 3 goals in this quarter. O'Sullivan spark across half forward. The Crows really now having to work hard. 13 points down, under 4 minutes of play left in this 3rd quarter. Costa towards Smart. He's caught behind from Sexton. Stanfield does the roving at ground level. There are 3-1 Carlton players. Smart's in 2nd best. Umpire will ball it up. Crowd really coming to life now. Certainly were concerned when Adelaide took the game, but now Adelaide are a long way past their last goal. Matthew Allen takes the ball from the bounce. Handball goes on out wide. Bradley being held there by Williams. Ratton in hard. But cut over his head early in the game. Hasn't thwarted his efforts. Bickley. Allen, he decides not to mess with it. Kicks it long towards a vacant wing position. McCartney in front position. Tackle down, Kane Johnson. Good job on Koutafidis. Out. Crowd getting very, very vocal. Luke O'Sullivan, 50-game player. Sharing that honour today with Scott Camporelli. Koutafidis, Stanfield. Stanfield tries to take it out of the ruck. Can't get away from Ratton. That's why he was runner-up best and fairest with Carlton last year and the winner the year before. There's a tough contest. He's the boy that's in it.
14 points the margin. Under 2 minutes remaining. In what's been a big comeback quarter for Carlton. Bradley keeps it in play. They're tackling. Their entire game rate has lifted quite considerably. Ratton under pressure. Williams in the thick of things for the Crows. So too Trent Orman-Allen, who got his chance this quarter off the bench. Stanfield and Koutafidis. Koutafidis wins it. It's taken by Williams. There are a couple of Crows players there. It's Williams' long kick in towards centre half forward. Held up though once again by the big man.
7th mark, Sandy.
He stands tall, Matt Allen. Now Beaumont can swing wide if he wants to onto that left foot.
Could have done the switch and got it across to Hickmont.
Elects to go back and go long, and it's almost as if he picked out Kim Costa, who's just on the defensive side of centre. Wants Nigel Smart, but big mark by Michael Sexton. He's not fazed by anything, shows very little emotion, a bit like Tiger Woods, towards right half forward.
And usually those are the guys that are showing a lot. They're like a duck, Sandy, swimming. They don't show anything on top, but underneath they're headling,
furious,
ferocious. Yes.
Extraordinary anomaly. Still, we enjoy those. Sexton pumps it high again. Pass centre wing. Hamill took a screamer earlier in this quarter and has been rewarded with the football in these closing seconds.
Hamill, the man of the third quarter. It's a bit too high.
They need a couple of grabs. Murphy was the flyer. Too late now as the siren sounds. And Tyson Edwards is taken to ground. Big comeback quarter for Carlton. Adelaide kept goalless. In fact, they managed just 2 behinds. They held a 17-point lead at halftime. But that has eroded away, and instead it is now Carlton who's enjoying a 14-point lead. At 3/4 time now. Down by 14 points as we go into the final term here at Optus. Allen beaten. First goal vital as it's flicked towards right half forward, and Murphy takes the Hickmont kick beautifully. The crowd urging him on to get going, to push the ball long. He's going to be kicking from 51 metres. He does go long. Long indeed, but just off target. However, the ball stays down in that attacking zone. It's a 15-point margin as Rod Jamieson will bring it in towards Costa. Look out because Murphy's there again. Got one hand to it, paddle it down in front towards Rhino. He got the hand pass away. Was stolen, however, by James. He in turn finds Rashudo, who goes to centre wing. Hickmont, short again. Carlton starting full of run. Here comes Craig Bradley. Speaking of run, a worm burner into half forward. The mark was there. It was dropped.
It's a great tackle.
I thought
to see forwards working like that. It was just excellent play by Whitnell.
I thought for a moment he was going to be given the benefit of the doubt and the ball by the umpire, but not to be. Whitnell does the rucking work. Johnson taken to ground. Koutafidis shrugs the tackle, tries to go it alone, kicks down towards the forward line, comes back towards he and Ratton once again. They combine, they're not out of it yet. The white kick is smothered, however. Well done by Tregenza as he follows play down. Loses the football now towards Rice. Rice can chip in towards 50, and this time Beaumont takes the mark.
When you back your teammates in to do the right things, and Rice did back his teammate in to lay the tackle on Tregenza, caused the turnover. It's Bradley. you do mop up, and that was just excellent play by the captain, the acting captain, Craig Bradley, to really put the pressure on Tregenza.
Simon Beaumont kicked a goal in the second quarter. They'll probably appreciate this one more. It's a long goal from Beaumont. A beauty.
Like all left footers, he's an excellent kick over distances, Beaumont. His second goal. Very good in the night games. Unfortunately suspended. There's Kurtafidis. They work with a series of handballs once again. They're up to 111 handballs. It's really quite amazing. 2-1 as far as Adelaide are concerned. They've only had the 51. And it's a beautiful kick for goal from that man there. Number 29 is second, Stephen Beaumont.
So Carlton have scored the first goal of every quarter of the game, but now looking control as Allen charges the ball down from Stanfield straight back into centre half forward. Hamill couldn't complete it. Beaumont again couldn't step out, flicks it out. Hamill to Murphy, right foot, goal. Justin Murphy, second goal on the end of it. Some good work from Hamill, setting it up. And Carlton just running rampant through the forward line.
Well, he's probably my best player today, Murphy. He had a quiet third quarter, but his others were pretty good. He's playing behind the opportunist here. He finishes off well. But this is an excellent kick for goal. To hold the ball across the body like that when you're running deep into the pocket. Not an easy thing to do, but an excellent effort.
Now the umpire is having something to say down in the forward line. And in fact, I think he's testing out Hamill, who may be asked to leave the ground.
What, the blood rule?
Carlton has kicked the last 7 goals.
And that's quite incredible. There's no way the umpire thought there was blood there. I think someone's lagged him in. And he's gone over and had a bit of a look and found something there. It's certainly not a profound bleeding attack. He shouldn't be off for long, should he?
I think it'll be a very short stint indeed. Nonetheless, we go back to the centre. Adelaide will try desperately to stop this run. 27 points is the margin. Out of the centre goes Bradley again, charging towards half forward to Murphy. Oh, they're running right. White shoots towards goal and misses. Rod Jamison quickly back in to Costa. To centre wing towards Rintoul, over the top.
Wow.
Big mark, plays on to Bradley. He pumps them again inside 50. Over the head of Whitnell, could have been interference, but Johnson plays on. Kicks wide to the outer side and wobbles it over the boundary line. Malcolm Blight somewhat deflated. Senses that he's in real trouble. The Rhino around his body. Goes in towards the forward pocket zone. The late withdrawal was Stephen Silvani. They tried everything to disguise it. They even having his wife in a car at the opening of the new Legends stand. And of course Mick McGuan, with that groin problem occurring yet again. In the meantime, Kudo is looking to take charge. He's got Murphy out on a lead. If it sits, he's in business. If not, he's in trouble. Oh no, he did it magnificently, but he can't finish it off. It deserved a better finish.
2 goals, 3 to Justin Murphy.
And Hamill's stay on the bench, as we suggested, will be very short-lived.
So from the behind, Crows clearing long. Chad Rintoul on the ground for his first run. Tosses on out wide. Bounce. Favours James at the end. Little kick over the top. Tregenza running onto it. Looking to flick it on out to Smart. He couldn't handle the hot ball. Pressure there from Rice. And the umpire calls for a ball up. Just all over the ground now. The Carlton players have stepped up a gear. either winning more of the one-on-one contests or nullifying the ball. That man Bradley, he's been in everything. 35 disposals for the afternoon. Pressure again here on the Crows now. They get their chance through Smart. Curls one across. Three goals to Nigel Smart. Joins Barry Stanfield as the prime goal scorer for the Adelaide Crows. Been a tough second half for that player.
Well, my records show that that's their first goal since the second quarter. And they really did have to work hard to get it. Finally came through to Smart, who finished off all the hard, bustling work of his fellow forwards for his third.
"23 points the margin. The Crows fighting back. Smart getting his third. All have been kicked at that end of the ground. Stanfield in the ruck. Up against Allen, who wins it. Surging towards half forward, and Camporelli has it stolen by Costa. He in turn loses it. Mark Rashudo had it for a moment. Players allowed to go on. Finishes with Tregenza. Came out the back door from Brett James. He kicks towards half forward once again. Crows can get the next one. It'll keep their chances well and truly alive. Stanfield's under real pressure though. He loses it. And Clappe, cool in a crisis, goes towards left half forward, right half forward. Ratton's got to beat a couple. He locks up Rashudo. He's forced to get the hand pass away. A bad bounce for Barry Stanfield. Camporelli caught. Gets it out towards Allen. Gives it away once more towards Sexton. Out of the corner of his eye, he sees Bradley wide. Finds him. Looping hand pass over the top to accommodate Ratton. He chips in towards 50. Inside 50, in fact. Koutafidis is there. Some holding on at the back. And it's going to go the way of Lance Whitnall.
See there on replay, Jamison holding.
Just the one goal so far from Whitnall. That was in the first term. That's going to have to come back. This time he starts it right, but it doesn't come back far enough. One behind the result. Hart towards Murphy and Costa. They tangle. McLeod finds McCartney. Bombs it in towards half forward. Sexton was in front, couldn't take the mark. Bradley soccers off the ground. It's going to be okay. Right finds Sexton, who chips into Murphy. Off to the running Rhino. Now this would complete his 50 games. There's a goal here. Oh! He rams it into the base of the post.
Gee, hard thing to do to hit the post on the run.
O'Sullivan back into the game. Shoulder injury twice last year. Held him to just one game, but now thoroughly enjoying his return match here and his 50th. The Crows through Hart, then Connell, down towards Vardy. Can't counter the pressure from the Blues defence. Rice, his kick missed there by Koutafidis. Connell back again. Stanfield's the target, takes the mark in front of Allen. A long way out from goal. The high, dangerous chip is okay though to Vardy. Still some 60 metres out from goal. Modra leads. Ignores, it goes long. Williams is behind. Rintoul. Williams eventually does the spoiling defensively as the forward. And a boundary throw will result. Peter Dean started the game in the forward line. When the pressure was on, when the Crows were making a real game of it, he had to go back to defence, marshal the troops. He's done it so very well. Clappe, Bradley. Out for chance for Williams across the body. Been a hard worker across half forward as Williams. couple of goals last week. Only a couple of behinds this week. Advantages with the Blues. Away they go through Beaumont on the left foot. Hamill doesn't get there. Johnson fumbles it. That allows Koutafidis, his direct opponent, into the game. Back to Beaumont. Back to Hamill. 3 goals in the third quarter. He's gone for another one. Touched on the line. Jamison hard back on the line, forcing it through. But what a second half from Hamill.
Jamison towards Rashudo. Nine kicks, 7 marks to Mark Rashudo. Oh, Costa, real danger there. He's given it straight to Ratton, who from 50 metres goes with a long bomb, but he's away to the left. 13-15, plays 10-6, 28 effective scoring shots to 16. Jamison gives a slight nod as to indicate that he'll head towards McCartney. Falls a little bit short and into the safe arms of Matt Allen. He goes towards half forward. Whitnell stands his ground. And they pile all over the top. Tregenza gets a hurry kick towards centre wing. Rice goes to ground. His opponent, Connell, gives the hand pass away towards Rashudo. Tries to scoot out the back door. Eventually gives it back to Connell and loses it. But it applies a very, very good tackle on Matt Clappe, locking up the ball on centre wing.
It would have been teammates at the West Coast, Clappe and Connell. And an excellent tackle. Arm started shoulder, dropped to the waist.
Ben Nelson coming on for a run for Carlton. It's a young boy from Sturt.
Sandy Nelson played for Sturt.
Number 11, and yes.
In their halcyon days, Sandy.
Right prime. Yes. Nelson, Bagshaw, Murphy. Great days for the Sturt Football Club under Jack Oatey.
There's Stanfield now paying their tackle.
Oh, that's a good mark to Whitnell. Coming out at full tilt. Bradley screaming for it.
He's got to go long. There's nobody in the score for him. Nothing presenting. But he should have really, I suppose, given it to Bradley.
And he thumps it in towards full forward. And in turn, it's belted over the line. Right forward point.
Ton, you can't beat a full forward who's prepared to lead and take a mark like that on the burst.
Well, yeah,
strong hands, weren't
that's
they?
right.
Very
if you can't get a foot, get a kick, Terry, it's better to come up the ground. At least you can get something then.
So Carlton with Koutafidis just taking time out on the bench. Ratton, he's had a ping on the right foot. It's right at the post. Left or right, goal umpire? It's right.
Listening to the crowd there, Terry.
3 points, Brett Ratton.
13-16, and really Carlton wasting some opportunities over the last 5 minutes.
Adelaide, interesting zone here. Adelaide have got all their players to where Jamis is going to kick. They haven't spread them around in a zone or whatever, and yeah, it's an interesting one. I haven't seen that before.
Whether they're just getting a bit tired too, Don. Tregenza tries. James, he's the runner now from half back towards centre half forward, but it's all Carlton. Manton has done a sound job on Modra. Modra goalless today. Does have a 13-goal bag against Carlton at Football Park, but not today. White. McCartney spoils to James. Has a second go at it to get through half forward. Vardy takes the mark. Check there by McCartney.
For Vardy, look, there's just nothing at all.
Williams there. He's the closest player to goal. There it is. There's the contest as you see it. Peter Dean tries to get a hand to it. Through comes Rintoul. Umpires there on the line. Goal. So Chad Rintoul picks up his first goal. 1 goal last week. Had a chance last week to put the Crows in front against Richmond. Missed it, but cleans one up at ground level here today.
Well, Peter Dean, I suppose, could have done a little bit better here. He didn't get onto the ball at all. He's endeavouring to punch it through. As It's only a 2-on-1 situation, a fairly easy situation in which to clear the ball, but just couldn't do it.
22 points the margin, favouring Carlton. Just on 9 minutes remaining. Stanfield wins it, but straight to Bradley, who comes away from the centre with consummate ease, then goes long in towards full forward. Hamill was caught behind. It's socket off the ground. Down towards right half forward. Swinging in was Beaumont towards Murphy, who takes the mark directly in front. And he's got an opportunity to provide the quick answer.
2 goals, 8 this quarter to Carlton, Sandy.
Yes, they have had their chances to really bury Adelaide.
Good play by Beaumont. He started in the centre square, ran down with the flight of the ball, then changed direction, went out to the right, picked up the kick and got it across to Murphy.
Who, from 48 metres, well, it wasn't pretty off the boot, but that doesn't matter. There's going to be a free kick now. Rhino is just going to go back and casually pop this through. He's got a wry smile on that face of his. 10-year player. And it's taken him that time to notch up 50 games. As Beaumont comes off and Koutafidis comes back on.
I should also mention that injuries has had a lot to do with that.
Oh, yes. Yes, he's had an awful run, but he's been a great club man and he's kicked a goal, Rhino. His second, he got one in the third term. Luke O'Sullivan get Carlton's 14th. They've hit the ton. 14-16. Adelaide are 11-6.
Well, he puts himself right there, O'Sullivan, and there's a free kick.
Neil Curley is on the boundary line. We've just seen Koutafidis come back on. Did he have a problem, Curls?
Yeah, just with his left hand. His small finger was dislocated and they pulled it back in and strapped it, and he's okay now.
Thank you.
So Carlton now by 28 points. Taken absolute control of the game in the last quarter, and Matt Allen has been one of those players. Gilligan, his opponent, was sound early, but the longer the game's gone, the better Allen has got. Matt Connell, outer wing here at Optus Oval, long in towards centre half forward, but there he is again. 9th mark for the afternoon. 12 kicks, 6 handballs, 13 hit-outs. Sound performances, the ruckman. Blues with the switch of play into O'Sullivan. A little bit of a feint and steps away. The handball's on. White settles on the 50-metre line. Murphy's the target or the goals. McLeod gets a hand to it. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. So Adam White on the run from 50 metres out, bangs through his first.
Well, the boy from East Burwood really did make this ball sink. Hard thing to do what he did. He was running on the right. He had to kind of screw it back, set up by O'Sullivan. Looks a little like Brad Scholl from North Melbourne. Goes White.
So Carlton, who had 2 goals, 8 for the last quarter, now move on to 4 goals, 8 for the last quarter, and kicking them from players running hard under half forward. Rintoul now has the opportunity for the Crows. Spins around towards half forward. Vardy in front of Mackay. Mackay has him all wrapped up. Umpire says holding the man. A very stagnant forward line for the Crows. Vardy towards Modra. Manton, no hesitation, no risks, no goals to Modra.
No, just 5 possessions for Tony Modra today. 3 kicks, a couple of hand passes. Dean floats across the pack and thumps it wide. Bickley has taken over the line with the ball. And with Andrew Mackay. Will enjoy his 27th birthday tomorrow. Now back living in Melbourne. Allen again wins it. Ratton gives it away. Sexton, high kick towards half-back. Connell is there, fighting with his teammate in Kane Johnson for the ball. Down towards 50. Williams wanted to go, but there's going to be a Carlton ball. Be taken by the veteran Peter Dean. He finds Sexton. playing in his 133rd game. Heads towards centre wing. Nelson. Perhaps a little more solid than his father. Ben Nelson, now Rashudo. Not pretty off the boot. James, Rashudo again had followed it down. The sting has gone right out of this game and right out of that kick too, because it went straight to Peter Dean, who finds Sexton. Michael Sexton comes back towards White on the centre wing. Now he can run. He elects to kick. Puts it out in front of Hamill. It comes off his boot. Out of bounds on the foot.
Trent Orman-Allen, former Port Adelaide player, time with Melbourne, now back with the Crows. Kicks when you're kicking over the man on the mark, high like that. To an opposition that's as confident as the Blues are at the moment, you're not going to get much for it. Perhaps a tad overconfident there was White going for O'Sullivan. Rintoul forces it forward for the Crows, but there's Sexton cleaning up as he always does. Missing just one game in the last 3 years. Heavy clash. Nelson gets up limping. McCartney's kick to Smart.
That's
Short
good
chip
play.
over the top. Who's going to run onto it? Vardy fumbles it. Now they're in trouble. James is there. Mackay hits him hard, hits him high. Free kick. Umpire Jeff Caulfield right on the spot there, number 27 umpire. You just see here the bit of a slip there, far too high from Mackay. Long ball from James. Modra dives towards it. Can't get there over the line and out.
And that is a lost art in football. That was a torpedo punt by young Brett Jones, and when you can get onto those, they just keep on going. It's something I don't understand why footballers don't practice, especially when they're on 50 or just outside 50 when shooting for goal.
Matthew Allen and Barry Stanfield to do the ruck work. Forward pocket for the Crows. It's hot in there. Spun on out. Mackay bounces this way, bounces that way. Camporelli's handball goes nowhere. Back into the fray. And Andy Mackay at the bottom of the pack again. Peter Dean. Craig Bradley racking up possessions. 39 disposals to Bradley to date. Shepherd from Mackay. The kick off the ground, not a good one. Looked a little bit tired. Tregenza into Smart.
Nigel Smart. Still a long way out. Under 4 minutes remaining now. The lead of Modra. That's the general direction. He does get a kick. Straight up in the air though. Rintoul takes it, but he's ripped apart by Ratton. Hickmott hooks it round his body, down towards half forward. The race is on, and taking it towards the line, Trent Orman-Allen from Aaron Hamill. Ball coming onto the ground for Matt Clappe. Stanfield can pluck it out of the air, but stealing it is Borkwell. Picking up a possession, he goes with a left foot towards Koutoufides, but nipping in front was Ben Hart. Hart's away, he's had a quiet day. Now James, over the top to Smart, who's kicked a couple. Kicks from 55 metres and is away to the right, one behind to Nigel Smart. In fact, kicked 2 goals in the second quarter, 1 early on in this term. Adelaide 11-7, Carlton a 15-16 as Peter Dean prepares to come back in.
Comes in short. Hickmott.
Been very, very good for mine on the half-back flank today, Hickmott.
Hickmott into the side when Stephen Silvani didn't take his place in the selected lineup. Sexton to Borkwell. Very unruly looking player, but quite effective to Camporelli. He long into half forward. There's Hamill.
Had a good second half.
Very good display. Quickly on with the ball.
Oh, good mark.
It's a catch. Catch. What a catch.
And it's Lance Whitnell.
It's a great mark here, out in front. hard to take. He's got a big body. Jemison couldn't get around him. He protected the ball well. Young Whitnall.
Quite a pedigree he brings to the Carlton lineup. A couple of premierships with the Northern Knights under 18s. All-Australian last year at under 18 level. And captain of Victoria. So this boy knows the game. Looking for his second. One goal, 2 to Lance Whitnall. Put that aside, still quite an impressive player. Just 3 games worth of experience at this level. And just his hands are strong. Kicks the ball a long way.
He's got a lot of pressure on him too, because there's no other recognised forward down there on the Carlton forward line.
So Hart with the 1-2.
Goes towards the centre wing. The Jamison, the target. Beatenhaver. The Kudafiti's hand pass is okay. Bradley goes back in towards Whitnall territory again. He's claimed by Ormond Allen. Camporelli. Oh, this is high. This is into full forward. Poked over for a behind. So some fans starting to head home, knowing that Carlton, who certainly were given a scare when they were down at half-time by some 17 points, but have really come to the fore in this second half. Connell wide to the outer side. Jamison low to Asciutto. Bickley. In fact, it's been a very disappointing second half as far as the Adelaide Crows are concerned. Tony Modra has a chance to kick his first goal.
Bronx cheers for Modra, but he really hasn't had the opportunities. Beautiful delivery by Kane Johnson coming through the centre of the ground. It's been a little inaccurate. He's only had the 2 points so far as he lines up for his first.
And misses. Well, I guess that sums up his day. 11-8, 74. 34 points the margin. Glenn Manton with seconds ticking away now. Carlton will register their first win of the season, which now means that after 3 rounds, every side has a victory. And the Crows are going to finish with maybe one last goal, courtesy of Brett James.
Well, he's had a quiet one today. He's been taken off the ground, Brett James. Used to do a lot of work up just around the goals for Collingwood when he played there, but has been doing a little bit more around midfield for Adelaide. Here's Tregenza, who's had a good day back. Brett serviceable last week, playing across midfield for Adelaide. There's Malcolm Blight, a little despondent.
And Blight looks on as his side is 28 points in arrears. Had the opportunity mid-game, but Carlton have come out with all guns firing. A 28-point lead at this stage allows the Blues to register their first victory. They don't get beaten at Optus Oval. Peter Dean, Craig Bradley, fine leaders right throughout the afternoon.
Yes, Scott Camporelli and Nelson shake hands. Nelson spending the bulk of the day on the bench.